Hi, Kate.
Hi, Anton.
Thanks for joining me today to talk about uniting. I understand, or I know that you recently joined the organisation. I guess the first thing I'm really keen to explore with you is, what was compelling for you about uniting and what made you join them?
I think what really attracted me to uniting was a mixture of things. It's a bit like everything. There's a range of things that you want for yourself. So for me, flexibility and a work-life balance was really important. And I think in my discussions and that was a big part of my decision in joining Uniting, was the ability to have that because of family and other commitments. But I've worked for a mixture of not-for-profit and corporate. And I really like the not-for-profit space because I like working in an organisation where I know in my own small way I'm contributing to something bigger than myself and making a difference. And what surprised me about Uniting when I found out a bit more about it was the size. When I originally, I think, started talking to some people about Uniting, I was thinking, oh yes, it's maybe got 1,500 people, and I must have misheard somewhere along the way because there's actually 5,000
Wow.
employees and volunteers. So it is a large organisation, and that's very large for the not-for-profit space. And because of that, being a larger organisation, I always think there's a lot more opportunity to do a diverse range of things.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, the next question I was going to ask you is about what have you learned about the organisation through your onboarding? I guess you probably learnt the size hopefully before you joined, but
no, on my first day.
On your first day, right? There you go. So what else have you learned about the organisation that surprised you?
I think the thing that I knew before I started that Uniting was a relatively new organisation. It was formed from a lot of the organisations that sat under the Uniting Church. And approximately 5 years ago, they brought them all together and became one not-for-profit entity. So I learned a lot more. I've learned since starting a lot more about those organisations and the diversity of what they do, and also the stage in terms of the journey of bringing organisations together. They've done a lot of work, a lot of planning to bring the organisations together, and I suppose we're at a stage now where we can start to really implement some of those things across the board, including in ICT, but also in other areas as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when I was speaking with both Amy and Celeste, they were talking about, I think it was 26 organisations that came together 5 years ago, and that's led to having 150 different apps, for example, applications that you're using across the organisation. So the opportunity joining right now is the way that comes together, and you knit things and you pick the best of the different organisations as well for the kind of new iteration of what the organisation is becoming, which is really exciting.
I think with that, there's a lot of opportunity. So if you work for an organisation that's been around for a long time and it's got it's set ways of doing things and a set way of we always use this system and we're always going to use this system, is that here we're not as tied to those type of things. So there is that opportunity to go, okay, to really input into that decision making in a lot of the roles around and bring your specialties and your expertise and your broader experience in to make decisions that will impact on the business going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know it's only been a few weeks, probably 6 or 7 weeks now, but how would you describe the culture at Uniting?
Very, very inclusive. Very inclusive of I think everyone, very welcoming. I found my onboarding and all the people I've met have been extremely welcoming and extremely helpful. It's been 6 weeks, and we were actually talking about this morning that I think one of the managers comments that it feels like I've always been here. And to a certain degree, I feel that too. I feel that I've learnt a lot, and I still have a lot to learn, but I also feel like it's I've been included in everything, and a lot of information, a lot of even helping out with things like the ICT recruitment. It's like, yeah, come on, let's see what we can do. Let's make a big difference and let's rethink this. So that's, for me, that's been kind of the standout, feeling included and opportunities to make a big difference. And I can also see opportunities for the future as well. Sometimes there's big things you can do, sometimes there's little things you can do, but I feel that we're very open to looking at things in a different way.
So thinking then about the future, what really excites you about what's going to happen next? What you can see next happening with Uniting?
What excites me is, I just think that in my role as manager people and culture, it's really about opportunities to work with the managers on a kind of, and groups, the individual managers or management groups on a one-on-one basis, and really help and add value around things like recruitment, because I think there's so much opportunity around bringing in the right people, and I think recruiting the right people is really pivotal to our success going forward. And I think that's what excites me, is getting these new people on board with maybe a different way of looking at things, or bringing different skills and experience to the role, and all forming as a team and contributing.
Yeah, fantastic. And it really sounds there that, as you've described, you've been there 6 weeks, you felt very included, you've been able to have an impact, people are open to ideas and embracing new ways of doing things, and very much about building the future as well for the organisation. So what a fantastic opportunity.
Yes, definitely.
That's great. Look, thank you so much for your time, Kate, and we'll speak soon.
Great. Thanks, Anton. Bye.